Hi guys, Chef Andy here. Today my vlog is about my experience on Back to the Future set, part 3, between 1889 and 1992, in location of Jamestown and Sonora, California. Back in 88, Christmas 88, I went out to California to visit the family. Who at the time live in Jamestown. They moved from Santa Clara up to Jamestown at Sonora, and visiting them, like, it's Christmas time, went skiing, done various things. And I done a bit of gold panning. Went experienced over in Woodsy's Creek in Jamestown. Jamestown got its name from a guy called James Woods, sorry. And he found a gold nugget around about 75 pound in weight it was, and it made history, and now, which it still is, a historic town. So anyway, after doing a couple of trips down Woods Creek, I can tell I got the bug. There's a picture here, as you've probably many seen on Facebook. That's me and Jed, my guide. We're in Woods Creek, doing a panning. Second time, only found a couple of little flecks. It was enough to get the bug, And a few weeks later, I went there, hired a sluice box, and I got a whole much more. This is it all in here. Still kept it from all them years, never got rid of it. And that'll stay with me to the day I die. Anyway, getting back to the what's name. In 1990, I'd gone back again. My aunt and uncle, June and Bill, they were working as extras, as dancers on the film set Back to the Future 3. And whilst I would go off panning for gold in different, names, they would go off, do their thing. I never name to them. I went off to Columbia State Park, learnt a little bit of the history. They made a film there, High Noon, as you've probably seen on various times it's been on TV. I went to Sutter Mill. There's people know it as Sutter Creek. It was another found by John Sutter. And that was the location where started the gold rush in California. And then I went to a place called Fiddletown. And this place was, I never forget it to the day I die. It was fantastic. A little tiny town. And it was not many people living in it. And I walked along the boardwalk and I went into this convenience store, and it was really old, and I mean old. They had, to tell you how old it was, they'd never had many customers going in there. I must have been the only customer that week they had, because there was still dust on all the candy bars. Anyway, the old couple, I was talking to them. As soon as the old boy found out I was from England, London, he said, wait here. He ran off, got his son, and his son was telling me about you won't believe this, about his uncle was the timekeeper of the clock tower of Big Ben in Westminster. I'm standing there looking at him, and I was in amazement, going, what? I'm all this way in the middle of California, in the middle of nowhere. This guy's telling me the story of his uncle about Big Ben. I just couldn't believe it. You couldn't write that. Anyway, it was amazing. Different stories like that, Anyway, once I got back home, back to June and Bill's house, they come back. She said, Andy, how would you like a little job working on the set? Just picking up the extras from all the towns, like local areas. So I said, I don't mind. I said, what have I got to do? So he said, we ain't got worries. Me and June will be in the bus with you. It's only like a small mini bus. We'll take you around to the various stops where they meet, pick them up, take them to the film set. All right, okay. Did that. Did it for what? a week or so until the other fella come back, and he carried on with it. But the great thing was seeing the actual set. Some of the sets still being built while I was there, ready for scenes, because how it works on a film set, different scenes have different days or different nights they do the filming. And so certain sets, like Clara Clayton's house, the school teacher, no one was allowed to go near that. Only she was allowed to go in that. No one was allowed to go there, you know. So anyway, the actual film, where you see the start where Marty McFly finds his aunt and uncle, or old or whatever, and he makes his way along the railway track. As he comes along, you'll see a wooden tower in the film, a water tower, right? That water tower is from the film location of Petticoat Junction, which was shot in the 1960s. And in the film, you see girls bathing, washing in the water tower, throwing their clothes over the top, and that's always on the scene of Petticoat Junction. And then at the beginning of the movie, when you see Michael J. Fox going into Hill Valley, you see it when you watch telly. The movie comes up, and then you see the whole of the scene. Yeah. And then he goes walking down, and then the girls I picked up, the saloon girls, you see them up the bar on the balcony. They actually worked in the junction as in a salon, doing people's hair and nails and things. And then right down the bottom, when you see the town hall that's being built, you see all the trestles and all that. There's a little tree. It's a rubber tree. It's made of rubber. Well, after the filming was finished being filmed, my aunt and uncle June and Bill, they were allowed to buy that. They took it home. And where their house is located on Black Oak Road in Sonora, it goes up a windy road. It's all mountains up there. And they planted it in the front because it was really beautiful, picturesque property they had. And this tree was in the front. And while I was there, the people that used to come knock on the door, can we have a picture taken with the tree? You believe it? People standing out the front of the house having their picture taken with this tree because they knew it was one off Back to the Future. But yeah, it was good. And then also seeing some of the other cast, I get to meet Mary Steenburgen. She was talking to me. She said, "Oh, I understand you're from London," and she was telling me she's got kids going to school in Chelsea. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what to say. This is an actress talking to me. I was totally dumbstruck. But they were, be honest, they were really good, fantastic people. Thomas F. Wilson, who plays Biff, fantastic guy, Christopher Lloyd always come up, shook everyone's hand, come up, you guys, you're doing really well on the dance and all that. And I never got involved. I stood back, watched it all going on. The only person I never see on the set was Michael J. Fox. Now, I'll tell you why. The reason why, because he had a stalker after him and he had to go to court to get this stalker off his back. She was a woman. She threatened his wife if he didn't marry her. So the story has it. So he had to go to court, clear that, then he could come back. But the actual bit where you see him hanging, where Tennant drags him around on a horse and then throws the line over the thing and hangs him, that actual bit went wrong. And it was that bit where he was being hung and he was choking. They had to get a medic in after that, but because it was so realistic, they kept it in the actual film. Anyway, but just in case you guys don't know, in the actual film, on the set where the dancers are, there's no sound, no music, right? So you got ZZ Top playing in the back, no sound, right? You got June and Bill, my aunt and uncle. He's the only guy dancing on the dance floor with all the others without a hat on. So when he's dancing around, he's got a brown tweed jacket and you see his bald patch. And my aunt's got a white dress with a white bonnet on. There's all the others. And then you got Mel. Mel used to work in the grocery store in the junction where I picked the girls up. He was standing, so when the town sheriff come in and said, let the festivities start, and then ZZ Top start playing, and then you see Mel tapping his feet, and he's doing this, right? He's clapping, but there's no sound. All the way through the whole shoot, there's no sound. They put all the sound in at the last minute. Once they know everything's fine, they put it in. Anyway, as time's going on, Brad Jeffries, the choreographer, he's the guy that choreographed the part where in first Back to the Future, where Marty's in the dance hall playing the guitar on the stage. He gets on his back, he's laying across the floor and he's playing the guitar. Well, Brad Jeffries choreographed that bit for him. So one of his team members, Brad Jeffries, come up to Judah and said, we asked him if he'd do us a favour. What's that? Would he like to pull the hat off Doc Brown? Now in the film, you see Doc Brown on the dance floor with Clara Clayton. In comes Mad Dog with his merry men, breaks up the party, and then grabs hold of Clara Clayton and wants to start dancing with her. Doc throws a wobbler, starts having a go. Then Biff pulls out the gun to shoot him. And this time, Marty's over the back talking to someone, sees what's going on, picks up a pie plate, throws it. It's the hat, it's the gun. He fires the gun, misses Doc, hits the hat. Where I come along and go, pull the line, fishing line, take the hat off his head. That was mine. You don't see it, you just see the hat come off. Anyway, the pie plate is made of polystyrene. They couldn't do it with tin or metal because someone could get hurt. So this is what I'm saying, it all has to be done. And the pie plate, I'm not kidding, it must have took about 100 takes to get it right, to get it throw it so it goes straight. Imagine throwing a polystyrene plate. It didn't work. Every time they did it, it didn't work. Anyway, they got it at the end. And that's another reason why everything is done with no sound. Because filming costs so much money, take after take after take, it just costs money. So that's why they do it that way. Which, good for me, is a good experience, you know, I never knew that. And yeah, it was great, you know. And I was on there only for about, like I say, a week or so, but I wasn't allowed to go back. And then after they'd finished filming, they'd have a film premiere in Sonora, where they go in there, they show the film to all the people, the locals and the extras were all in there and allowed to go. And apparently I wasn't there, I was back home in England when that happened. But what happened was, Bill was telling me, when the scene come up, where you see at the beginning, when Marty comes along by the railway track, and he sees Hill Valley, and as he looks, the scene comes up, and you see it, the whole cinema erupted. All the local people, the extras, all went mad. Like, basically what it was Jamestown to them, you know, not Hill Valley. And they all erupted, screamed, shout, yeah, and all of it, you know. Anyway, that went on. And then the following year, 1991, they had another festivities at the Hill Valley film set, where they had the actor Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson played a lot of cowboy films with John Wayne and Chisholm, Hang 'em High with Clint Eastwood. He was the one that was the sheriff who rescued Clint Eastwood, right? Anyway, so everyone had to wear all their clothes, what they had wore on the day of the filming. Now, I don't had to wear their dance clothes. Everybody, the girls had to wear their prostitute dresses, you know what I mean. And it was fantastic, really great day. They had a local sheriff there, so it was really good. And on one of the moments of the film set, after they'd finished filming, everything was great. They said that was the last one, they didn't need to shoot it again. We all got invited down to the Rawhide Saloon, which is bang opposite Jamestown itself. And it is, in them days, in the 80s, it was a spit and sawdust place. People were like frightened to go in there. It was only rednecks who used to go in there. Chicken wire on the stage and all that. It was a good place. I loved it. And we was in there. I didn't drink because I was driving. I had to take the extras back. But what a memorable thing, you know what I mean? To have to come back and tell your friends what you'd done. You can imagine people in England didn't bloody believe me, you know. But when I was actually coming back on Highway 49, we was going back to San Francisco Airport to take me back. We got stopped just outside, between Livermore and the other way, all the police and that. We see all the roadworks and that, because out there they have prisoners do the roadworks, all in orange and that. And there was this lorry on its side. And we said, oh, what's going on? And the sheriff spoke to us, said, we've got to stop there, they're filming. So my uncle asked, he said, oh, can I ask what they're filming? He said, yeah, it was another 48 hours with Nick Nolte and, what's his name? Anyway, they were shooting that, and we see the lorry in the distance. And then when they finished, about half hour late, we were allowed to go. All the traffic went off down the motorway. But yeah, it's all round there, scenes going on, especially around Sonora way, around in the hills, because it's all beautiful, like it's Wild West country. They done the film Unforgiven there. I've done loads of movies around there, just it's really great, you know. So that's what I enjoyed about it. When I got like the bug for the gold, which I'll never forget, and hearing all the local history of, like, you know, Columbia, Sonora, Jamestown. It's great to come back and see that. But, you know, the sad thing was, once I come back to England, a few months later, they released the film of the pictures, Back to the Future 3. You can imagine how I felt. I'd gone there to see it. There's all these people in the cinema watching this film. And there's me, the only person that's actually on the set, seeing how things was done. Can you imagine it, like, how I felt not being able to tell anyone anything, you know? It really was nice. But listen, guys, it's been really nice and interesting telling you this story, sharing it with you. But if you like it, please subscribe. I will put other channels up. I'm here in the UK at the moment till I can actually get out of here in September. And just, you know, work whenever I do. When I don't, I'm at home, do a vlog. But I hope you enjoy, guys. Take care. All the best. Love you all.